Hey, thank you for joining me in this video, and it already starts kind of funny. I had planned to do one of those little prompt sessions and ask you guys what you wanted me to draw on Instagram so I could do a little video, but I did not enjoy it. First problem, right off the bat, I was way overwhelmed with requests, and my people pleaser soul could not bear to not draw every single thing. So that's literally what I was gonna do. I was gonna draw every single prompt. But it was ridiculously tragic how the drawings became like, oh, I don't like that. Okay, let's go to the next one. And then, oh, I don't really like this one. But let's move on. Okay, I really don't like this one. Suddenly I had half a canvas with things that I really did not like looking at. And then I caught myself thinking, what's the point even? Nobody's gonna be upset. Nobody's gonna be like, oh, that one artist I follow on Instagram didn't draw my thing. I'm so mad. And maybe they would, I don't know, unfollow me or say bad things about me. But you know what's even worse than all that bad scenario? Yeah, it's us. We are our worst critics, always. Now, this is a video, I recorded it, but I could have simply edited it out and not posted it on YouTube or something like that. But no, I'll be that weird person that's gonna post it anyways and talk about it, because why not? It's not weird at all. In fact, it's just like what we should do, right? We see so many beautiful things on social media, especially Instagram and YouTube. Lots of good artists doing great pieces and having the time of their lives with their sketchbooks and being so pretty all the time. But what about the times that it's not so pretty and the things that they don't post? And the things that they don't talk about, because, well, we cannot really talk about everything on Instagram and social media, right? Life is big and messy and made out of so many small parts that we cannot really go through all the time. But that's one of the cool things of doing vlogs and studio vlogs and talking about your work, right? So, sketchbooks. I promised myself that in 2020, one of my goals, art goals, was gonna be draw more in my sketchbook. And these little prompts reminded me of that. For a minute, I wanted to bash on myself and be like, wow, you're not drawing on your sketchbook. You're not fulfilling the goal that you wished you were. So you're weird. You're a failure. You're, lots of bad things. But then I was like, no, wait a minute. That's not the only goal. The only goal is to practice and get better at the things you want to. So a sketchbook is not really the only way to get to that image of the artist you want to become. Don't get me wrong, practice is still the only thing that can guarantee that you're able to put out on the paper the things that you think about. So doing more of it, it's literally the only way to making sure you can get better at it. What I wanted to talk about is that I think it's overly simplified the way we tend to see it around, or whenever we see videos or articles or tips and tricks for beginners, things like that. The main focus is always practice and draw and sketchbooks and things like that. And yes, it is the most important thing, I will agree, of course, but it's not everything, it's not all. And I wish I would have focused on that instead, on knowing that it's not everything. And actually the most important thing is finding the things that you love drawing and the things that you enjoy doing, because it'll make sure that you come back to it. And if you want to come back to it, then you're gonna practice more. Let me put an example so this becomes a little bit more clear and less abstract and just thinking of it in thoughts. I don't even know what I just said, but anyways, when I started drawing more, I say, because in the beginning I used to get down to drawing around once in 3 months, or maybe even more, like 4 months. Of course that would go nowhere because I'm not practicing enough, and I was just doing realistic stuff and practicing the skills in itself, like watercolor painting or realistic drawing and the fundamentals like perspective and shading and lighting, all these things that we're told to study. And I really, really loved it because it was drawing. It was the process of like rendering a picture and talking about materials and knowing more about art supplies and things like that. So it was really, really fulfilling to do it. But at the same time, there was a big chunk of mess with the whole like subject matter and the things I enjoyed painting, because I had no idea about those things. So I just kept simply focusing on the technique, and at the same time I was not practicing, I was not being mindful or paying attention to the things that I enjoyed drawing. Of course, when we start, we have a more or less a few things. Like for example, I enjoyed painting nature stuff like animals and I don't know, trees, things like that, fruits. But at the same time, there are so many ways you can draw fruits and animals, and the way you can go about choosing your colors, and so many things, so many aspects of drawing itself, that it was just very confusing to me to just draw. And I definitely did not know that those two things were important: the technique, the skills, but also the concepts and the idea behind your drawings and why you draw them. So basically, I just focused on lots of realistic stuff, and I always felt like something was missing, but I kept going back to it anyways because that was the only thing I knew. So what happened to me is that yes, I would be quite okayish in translating the things that I was trying to draw, but at the same time, it was very hard to go sit down and draw because I didn't really see a meaning in what I was doing. Like for example, yes, I can paint a pretty okayish butterfly, for example, but what does it even mean? Like it's just a butterfly. It doesn't say anything. Like it's just looking like a picture. It doesn't say anything about me. Like it doesn't have anything I like personally. It could have been done by anybody. And instead, I should make that butterfly me. For example, if I like vibrant colors, if I like simple texture and simple flat colors, then I should paint a butterfly like that, and it's gonna be beautiful to me and it's gonna feel like me. That's the whole playground and world of finding your own style. It's constantly making choices that feel like you and finding things and elements that feel like you. Not necessarily that you love seeing, because sometimes you just look at something and you find it beautiful. For example, even realistic stuff, I still look at them and I find them gorgeous. But when I go make stuff, it doesn't mean that I'll enjoy making that exactly like that. So it's not only about the way we see things, but the way we like making things. So yeah, this little drawing session with prompts and trying to make things that are just like generic taught me a lot. In just a few minutes, I was reminded of my little art past and the early days, I guess, of my drawing journey. I guess I can call it like that. I would never say it was a bad time or a bad period because I was learning. So learning is always good and studying is always good. And for example, I took all those skills and the technique, and now I'm able to not think much about that while I'm drawing the things that I love because I had already trained it so much. So it's never wasted, but at the same time, I can say it was very confusing. And I believe if I had to do it all over again, I would definitely start by practicing more the ideas and why I'm drawing what I'm drawing and what should I draw and why. I feel like it's a super interesting discussion. We're told to get out of our comfort zones and to never draw the same things over and over again and get out of our bubbles. But if we don't have the comfort zone, if we don't have the things that we go back to drawing all the time in the first place, how are we even supposed to get out of it?
need to understand, I had to focus on not falling, not being hit by a car, and making sure that you are always in frame. Okay, I mean, what are we doing here?
Look at this.
Oh my god. Oh my god. So what is it called again?
Rabbit's food.
It's like tarantula. Obvious food.
Zebra plant.
How many plants were we supposed to get? Don't you have enough?
Half of one.
Why am I holding one then?
I don't
You're
know.
holding one, I'm holding one, that's two. 1 plus 1. Look. It's like -6 right now in Canada. Look how she's going out.
What do you have for me?
You have choice. Banana or a representation of my love in this half-destroyed leaf that looks like weirdly shaped heart. Which one is it? Food?
Oh, they're both cute.
Food?
They're both yellow.
No. Food or my love? Choose.
Oh no, I wanted the banana, but when you put it like this.
This is my love, okay? And if you don't choose, I'm gonna keep destroying it slowly, little by little.
No, that's
ripping
me.
it apart. Banana, here we go. Banana.
Oh, thank you.
2 bananas.
So pretty. Hey, what are you doing?
I'm writing.
What are you writing about?
You wanna know what I'm writing about? I have little issue in my life. I can't complain to anybody about you. Everybody loves you. So I have to write my pain. I have to dry my tears in paper. But the only people I can complain about are the owls. Protectors of the night.
Whoa.
Destroyers of sadness. I told them my story, so well, this one is a little bit aggressive, but like I tell them my story. This one is very perplexed about all the things he heard me say and write into the notebook.
Oh, that's
she
cute.
did that. Owls.
That's cute.
It is. Like this one.
I'm so pretty now.
She did that? No, that's impossible. Not. You did not know. She did not do that.
We were having an important conversation and then I kind of cut it off to completely random stuff, and I'm sorry, but I'm back and I really want to talk about the whole comfort zone thing again. I think I left you on a cliffhanger and that was weird. But yeah, I think I have kind of different opinion about comfort zones than most people. When you say comfort and comfort zone, most people would be like, no, escape, go away from it. But me, I'm more like, yeah, create your comfort zone. Because the comfort zone makes sure you have something you love. It's something that is so you. The world and life could be so crazy at times. So just to imagine having a comfort zone and something that you enjoy and that you get lost in it, why would you want out of it? For example, I draw cute girls in cute outfits, and I like that. And many other female artists like that too. But we often see comments and people bashing on us like, oh, you shouldn't draw girls all the time. You should draw something else. Like, get out of your comfort zone. Come on, who are you even? Like, are you a real artist because you just draw the same thing over and over again? But the fact is, drawing the same subject matter over again, it's way better than drawing once every 3 months. Let's say I choose an outfit that I find cute, and then a hat, and then a hairdo, then colors that I love, and then really, really cute shoes. I love all those tiny pieces. So I'm loving the process of putting all those things together, and I fall in love with the final result. And if I don't, I'll probably make it again just because I like the idea of it. The next day, I'll try something else. I'll try a different outfit. Nobody's gonna draw the same exact thing all the time. So I'm naturally drawing different things, but kind of the same subject matter, which is still girls and outfits. But then I'll get bored of doing the same thing if I'm drawing digitally, let's say. I'll get bored of it, so I'll probably try gouache or watercolors or colored pencils. So this way, I'll be experimenting, I'll be drawing more, and I'll be practicing all of this. I just don't understand how that is a bad thing. As opposed to me drawing once a month, something that I was not having that much clarity with. Something that I was not even proud to call mine. So yeah, I don't think I even believe in things as comfort zones anymore. We all have our likes and tendencies and things that we like going back to all the time. And if you stop to think about it, you started following the people you did, the artists that you like, because they had a distinct thing that they drew over and over again, or a style that you love so much. If we think of anybody, we can pinpoint a couple things that we know that person for. If we tried to do many things at once, it would take so long to get practice and get good at every single one that we would end up not being recognized for any. And I think naturally there are some that stand out to us. That's why we keep on going to those specific ones. I just think this is completely normal and okay, and it should not be shamed. Whenever I hear like get out of your comfort zone sentences, I immediately make it mean like change up one of the variables. For example, I could draw cute girls in cute outfits but with a different color palette, or a different line art style, or a different brush. I don't know, draw a boy but with cute outfits and your color palette. Or I don't know, drawing old people or animals instead of humans in cute outfits as well. So at least this is not so distant from you and it doesn't make you feel disconnected from your art. So with that, I conclude my monologue on comfort zones. If anybody tells you to get out of your comfort zone, you can, I don't know, send them over to me. I'll take care of that. I will defend you and you can draw whatever you want. I will be on your side. Okay, but really, like, what is art but that? To have fun, to learn things, to feel like you're creating something genuine, not because it's original or completely unique, but because it feels like it's coming from you. And we want to go back to it and make some more. That's why we do it in the first place. And I believe that's what we would ultimately want to be as artists. So yeah, don't be afraid at all to draw the things you want. Just draw, just be happy. The world is crazy already, so I actually think we're kind of lucky to know exactly what makes us happy. So why are we running away from it? Okay, I'll stop because I'm getting kind of annoyed. And I don't want to be annoyed because this is a cute thing. It's a good thing. So that was all my ramblings for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for being here with me up until now, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!